Until now, the victims of Pompeii were primarily thought to have perished due to the volcanic eruption of Mount Vesuvius. However, a new study has revealed a more complex and harrowing narrative of the ancient city's destruction. It appears that Pompeii suffered a double calamity. Not only did its inhabitants face the fury of Vesuvius, but they also endured powerful earthquakes that contributed significantly to the devastation. This new research was conducted by a team of geologists and archaeologists from the Istituto Nazionale di Geofisica e Vulcanologia. The study's findings are based on excavations and examinations of preserved buildings and human remains. In one particular structure, researchers discovered two bodies that exhibited injuries consistent with those typically observed in earthquake victims. This discovery prompted the team to reconsider the established narrative of Pompeii's demise. The researchers noted that the damage patterns observed were inconsistent with the effects of volcanic phenomena previously documented in Pompeii. This inconsistency led the researchers to explore alternative explanations for the destruction they witnessed. The sequence of events on that fateful day in 79 AD is now believed to have unfolded as follows. Mount Vesuvius erupted around 1 p.m., showering Pompeii with pumice, rocks, and ash for approximately 18 hours. Many inhabitants sought shelter during this initial phase. When the eruption temporarily subsided, some survivors may have believed the worst was over. However, their relief was short-lived as powerful earthquakes began to shake the already weakened structures of the city. The researchers suggest that those who remained in their shelters likely met their end due to earthquake-induced collapses of buildings already burdened by volcanic debris. This appears to be the fate of the two individuals whose remains were recovered during the study. The researchers found compelling evidence that these two victims did not succumb to ash inhalation or extreme heat from pyroclastic surges, which were previously thought to be the primary causes of death for most Pompeians. Instead, their final moments tell a different story. Both skeletons were found resting on a layer of volcanic deposits, indicating that they had survived the initial phase of the eruption. The first individual, who was a man around 50 years old at the time of his death, appears to have been suddenly crushed by a large wall fragment that collapsed during the seismic activity. His remains show severe trauma and broken bones consistent with such an event. The second victim, also a man of similar age, seems to have been aware of the impending danger. In a scene frozen in time, he appears to have sought protection by crouching in a corner of the room and attempting to shield himself with a round wooden object. Tragically, his efforts were in vain, as he too was crushed to death. This new understanding of Pompeii's final hours provides a more tragic picture of the ancient disaster. While the recent discoveries about earthquake-related deaths provide new insights into the city's final moments, ongoing excavations are also shedding light on the daily lives and burial practices of Pompeii's inhabitants. During routine work to create an air chamber for moisture control in the new library of the Pompeii Archaeological Park, archaeologists stumbled upon a remarkable find. A semicircular tomb, known as a schola tomb, emerged from the earth, its tough bench adorned with lion paw decorations at the ends. This type of funerary monument, while not uncommon in Pompeii, immediately caught the attention of researchers due to its location and the promise of information it might hold. The decision to expand the excavation proved fruitful, as the tomb revealed an inscription that has excited historians and classicists alike. The epitaph, etched into the back of the bench, tells the story of a man named Numerius Agrestinus, son of Numerius. But it's not just the name that's important. It's the titles and honors bestowed upon this Roman citizen that paint a more vivid picture of his life and the interconnected world of the early Roman Empire. Numerius Agrestinus, we learn, was a just knight, a military tribune, and twice held the position of Duumvir in Pompeii, the highest magistracy in the city. These titles alone would mark him as a man of considerable importance in Pompeian society. However, it's another title that has truly captured the imagination of researchers, Praefectus Otrigonum, or Prefect of the Otrigoni. The Otrigoni, or Otrigones as they're more commonly known, were a people from the northern regions of the Iberian Peninsula. This area was the focus of Emperor Augustus's Cantabrian Wars between 29 and 19 BC, a conflict aimed at completing the Roman conquest of Hispania. Men like Numerius Agrestinus were called upon to serve in conflict areas far from their homes, with the promise of economic rewards and, perhaps more importantly, enhanced social prestige in their communities. The fact that Agrestinus was honoured twice with the highest magistracy in Pompeii and granted a funerary monument on public land shows that there was recognition and loyalty accorded to those who fought on the empire's frontiers. As our exploration of Pompeii continues, we uncover yet another fascinating aspect of daily life in this ancient Roman city. Recent excavations have revealed evidence of a thriving mat-making industry alongside the remnants of a restaurant. The Pompeii 114 project, a collaborative effort between Tulane University and the Parco Archaeologico di Pompei, has been excavating the building complex known as Insula 1 of 14 since 2022. In zones D and E of the complex, archaeologists made a remarkable discovery: well-preserved remains of reed mats. Alongside the mats, researchers found facilities related to their production, including a large, shallow vat and a drainage system. These findings suggest that in the years leading up to the catastrophic eruption of Vesuvius in 79 AD, part of this building was dedicated to the craft of mat making. Meanwhile, the evidence of the restaurant paints a picture of Pompeian culinary life. Remnants of olives, figs, and poultry bones hint at the menu that might have been offered to diners. A particularly intriguing find is a collection of small round cakes baked with poppy seeds that show the desserts enjoyed by ancient Pompeians. These findings show the diversity of economic and artisanal activities that took place in Pompeii just before its tragic end. They remind us that Pompeii was not just a city frozen in its final moments, but a living, breathing urban centre with a complex economic life. The inhabitants of this building complex were not just passive victims of the volcano's fury, but active participants in a vibrant commercial ecosystem. As researchers continue to study these findings, we can expect to gain even more insights into the economic life of Pompeii. The close relationship between this building and the known mat-making workshop next door suggests a level of economic specialization and possibly even cooperation between neighboring businesses. As we end this exploration, we invite you to stay connected with the fascinating world of archaeology and ancient history. If you've enjoyed this journey through time, please consider subscribing to our channel for more updates on the latest discoveries from Pompeii and other archaeological sites around the world. Your support helps us continue to bring these incredible stories from the past to light. Thank you, and see you next time.